Hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm gonna hang out for a few minutes. Make sure everybody's able to join.
Is it working?
Hey Colin,
Oh, is it working?
it's working.
Nice. I can't hear myself, so I was confused.
Yeah, that's weird. All right, let's see. I'll start the video here in a second. Sorry I don't have any cool background music for you guys.
No, you're good. All good.
All right, so I've got Colin, I got Miss Winehouse. Hey, Miss Winehouse. Got Emmanuel, Caleb, Zalea, got Kaden. One person's waiting. Who's that on the iPhone?
Here. Say hello.
Hello?
Hello? Hey, David. All right, so I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes for everybody to get here. This is gonna be first and third period together. All right, so we've got 11 folks here so far. I'm waiting for a lot more. So just hang tight. We'll give them another minute or two. Let's see, admit all. And on your screens, if you guys hit grid view, you should be able to see each other. I mean, if you want to do that, of course, you don't have to. All right, about one more minute. Let's see, one person is waiting. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, hey, everybody. Hey, Zalea, I see you waving up there. All right, so first off, I just want to say I really miss you guys. I'm really sad about this whole situation. It is kind of strange, but of course, none of us can control what's happening, right? So I just wanted to meet with you really quickly. In the future, I sent you guys all a message on Remind yesterday to let you know that starting next week, we'll probably do this once a week or once every 2 weeks, just to have a class discussion. And during those times, I will ask you to unlock your cameras so that you can actually see each other during the discussion. And of course, unmute yourselves during the discussion. But we'll start that next week. And I'll get to talking more about that in a second. So if I look down, it's because I have my notes here, because y'all know who I am. I'll just start rambling. I'll completely forget what I was actually here to talk about. So first thing is to say thank you for managing yourselves the way that you have. I know this is hard, and I know for many of you guys, this is the first time doing class in this kind of format where everything's online, and you're kind of having to pace yourself and be in charge really of yourself to this degree of looking at a rubric and trying to figure out exactly what it is that you're supposed to do. So thank you guys for attempting, for trying. And thank you even more for reaching out with questions. Please don't ever hesitate to send me or Miss Widenhouse or even Miss Bayo a message to ask questions or to have anything clarified for you if you don't understand. Okay, I'd rather you ask 10 questions and get it right than ask no questions and sit there completely confused and do nothing. Okay, so on that same string, I will ask, none of you who are in here right now really need to hear this, but I should just go ahead and say it, and maybe you can relay it to your buddies who aren't able to make it. But please, please, please take this seriously, okay? I know that we all have different circumstances right now, and whether that be with technology or whether that be with home stuffs, maybe you work a job that's essential and they really need you there. Whatever it is, whenever you find the time to complete your assignments, please do it, okay? So please take this seriously. I'm sure you've all been notified by now that we're gonna be doing this through at least May 15th. So the grades and your work matters, okay? Next thing, zeros go in starting today. Now, of course, if you're like, oh, but I had this going on, I didn't have my computer, I didn't have a hotspot, whatever, I'm completely open to allowing you to still turn the work in, but just know that as a placeholder, starting today, I'll enter in those zeros until I get your work. All right, there's still folks coming into the meeting. Let me admit them. All right. So again, zeros go in today. Next thing, please make sure, and you've heard me say this probably a few times now, especially if you've been listening to the audio recordings and listening to the audio on the PowerPoint. I've asked a couple times through there and on Remind as well. Please submit your work on Haiku, okay? Raise your hand or send me a little thumbs up. You have the little reaction button down there. Send me a thumbs up if Haiku has been not working out so well for you this entire time. Here's my 2 thumbs up, okay? Haiku has been the devil lately. Between lagging and completely disconnecting, giving the 500 error, everybody's trying to get on at the same time. And the Haiku folks were not prepared for this amount of traffic on their website. So it's nothing that I can handle, nothing any of your other teachers can handle. It's not a district thing, it's not a state, it's Haiku itself, the website and those developers. So they're trying to right now increase their bandwidth to be able to hold all the traffic that will bring it onto their site. So with that being said, if you have issues with Haiku, first thing is don't wait until the deadline to turn something in. I'm sure you've all seen the syllabus by now. And if you haven't, I have it here for you, okay? So I'll refer to this really quickly. So for instance, something that was assigned on last Thursday, which was introductory notes on the short story Half a Day in your textbook. And then you come down, you just read, you don't even have to take notes. I'm not gonna check them, right? I'm not gonna have you type that up and send that in. So you don't even have to take notes, just read the notes. It's already on the PowerPoint slide there for you. Don't do extra work, okay? So just make sure you read the notes though and digest them, especially the vocabulary. Then here it says textbook, read pages 1301, read about surrealism. And then you read the actual passage on page 1303 to 1306. But if you look over here for the due date section, the due date side, that wasn't due on the same exact day, okay? I'm trying really, really hard not to do that to you, except for small things like Common Lit or Read Theory. So I'm trying to space things out for you so you have plenty of time to get the PowerPoint reading done, the notes done, vocabulary done, reading done, and then of course here on the bottom of that one says go back to Haiku, click on the assignments tab, and then you would see the reading discussion questions there, reading comprehension questions there. Oh, and on the due date side, it says 2/23, right? So that was yesterday. So you had from last Thursday until yesterday to get that stuff completed. Now, of course, if you had technological issues, it's fine, no big deal. But all I wanted to show you there was please be mindful of the due dates and notice that I've given you enough time to get a lot of this stuff done, okay? So let's see. Let me go back to my notes, and some invalid address is what it keeps giving us. Okay, how do we join if we're on the computer? Give me 1 second, guys. I got to respond back to this parent really quickly. I'm sorry. Let's see. Third period. Technology. Please click on the link in the last message. All right, sorry. So I'm trying to have like everything going on at the same time too. And so is Ms. Widenhouse. We have the work going on here, grading here, remind here, emails over here. So everybody's in this together trying to work through the craziness, right? But we'll get it done. We'll do it. All right. So moving on, back to my notes. Sorry. I'll try to make this quick so I don't take up too much of your time. So on that note, it was just make sure you submit on Haiku. So if Haiku is giving you trouble and you've tried and tried and tried and you've hit refresh a million times, don't have to sign out and sign back in. If you hit refresh a million times, it still won't work, send me a message on Remind and I'll say, give it a few more minutes. If it legitimately is just down, then I'll say, go ahead and email it to me, okay? That's fine. But I want you to try to submit it on Haiku first because it's so hard to keep up with your work when it's being given to us in 3 and 4 and 5 different locations. Next thing, read the stories. Read the stories, right? So that's something that we even tell you in class. You can't look at the questions that are asked and just kind of like write down something or choose an answer because, yeah, sure, that sounds good, right? But please try to read the story. We've made sure to give you guys passages that are not 50,000 pages long. They're fairly short. They are all a part of the curriculum, but we've tried to be, you know, cognizant of the situations that are happening right now and have given you guys really short passages. So please actually read those. Ms. Widenhouse and I have both recorded audio for them. The links, when you go to the syllabus page on Haiku, it'll show you, it'll say, listen to audio here. And the here word is hyperlinked. And that'll take you to a YouTube video where you can listen to us read the story while you follow along in the textbook, kind of like how we do in class. And then we kind of stop and ask questions or paraphrase or clarify things as we read, okay? So that might be something good for you to do. Let's see, the next point. This is just a suggestion, you don't have to do it. Even though I've given you days to get certain work completed, I would just do it on the day that it's assigned. When you guys get out of high school and you decide to go into college, this is a, this is a nice glimpse into what college classes look like. You have Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you have a syllabus, and they tell you this is the work that's going to be due when you come back to class on Wednesday. We have a Tuesday, Thursday class. You go in Tuesday, say this is the work that's going to be due next Tuesday or that following Thursday. It's up to you to decide if you're going to do that work on that Tuesday you have the class, or if you're going to wait till Wednesday the night before, or Thursday the morning of, right? So you have a lot of freedom there. So this is a good glimpse into that. So my suggestion has always been, even when I was a college student, just go ahead and knock it out the date you have it, as long as you have time, okay? So that's what I would suggest here, just to keep yourself from falling behind and having other things start to pile up on you from other classes. Let's see, if there are actual issues, please communicate those with myself and Ms. Widenhouse, okay? Please, what do we tell you guys all the time? Communication is the key. If you don't tell us, we don't know. And if we don't know, then we are left to assume things. And we don't want to assume things and you get zeros for no reason at all. And it's something that, you know, of course, you couldn't have any control over, what have you. Just communicate with us, let us know what's going on, okay? We'll work with you. Starting next week, this is where I was saying earlier, starting next week, we're going to be continuing on with Midsummer Night's Dream. So we don't have enough books to send home with everybody. And it would be very, very challenging to try to get all of you back here on campus, or for either of us, Ms. Widenhouse or myself, to come to all of your houses. I think that'd be really challenging to ask us to do and your parents to do, or you to do. So instead, what I'm going to do is take an afternoon to scan all the pages that we have left in the book. I'm going to post them probably on Haiku. It's probably the safest place to do it. And then we're going to meet back online next week so that we can, as a class, read the play. All right, so I hope that y'all will be geared up for that. Yes, we will assign parts, and yeah, you know, sure, we can still take turns. You can have your favorite parts back for those of you who had a favorite part. So that'll be next week. So start looking for that information to come out on the next syllabus that I post, which will be probably Thursday. I'll try to have that done Thursday for next week. And then, of course, on Remind, we'll send you messages there too. There are chat things happening. Let's see what's happening. Sorry. Can I be Puck? Yes, Caleb, of course you can be Puck. Let's see. Then I said, of course, be prepared to meet online once a week. We might bump that to once every 2 weeks. We'll just kind of play with it at first and see how that goes, all right? If it's not possible for you to watch during your class period, so for instance, let's say your parents work during the day, during the morning, and you are in charge of babysitting or watching your siblings or your cousins or whomever, and you can't join live during that class time first period, by all means, join us during third period, okay? And third period, if you have that same issue in the afternoon, join us for first period. It's the same exact class, right? I'll also be recording the meetings. So if you just can't join at all and you can't do it until, 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, you'll have it recorded. And I'll have a resources tab on Haiku for you to access the meeting there and be able to check out what we did, okay? Excuse me. Instead of using Zoom for those meetings, the folks down at central office have said that after all of our initial stuff, like right now, is taken care of, we will no longer be able to use Zoom. I think because they don't really have a way of monitoring that. So we're going to be using Microsoft Meeting. So if you log into your Office 365 and you see all your different apps that you have, right, your student apps on your account, Microsoft Meeting is one of those that's available. So what I'll do is I'll look you all up by your student email and I'll add you all to the class, and then I'll invite you all to a meeting like I have here using Zoom, but instead it'll be using Microsoft Meeting. And I think that's pretty much it. So I'm looking at the chat box. This is a great time now. If y'all have any questions about anything, any concerns, anything you're afraid about, go ahead and ask those questions of myself or Ms. Weidenhouse now. If there are any parents who are watching and y'all have any questions, feel free to ask on video, or you can type it out if you want, but we're here to answer your questions for you. You got a message. Let's see, admit this person. Okay. I have a question coming in. None of you guys have questions about anything? I'm going to unmute all of you. I think I have that power. I think I can do that. So, are the things working out well for you so far? On using Haiku, I mean, being able to access your assignments. Leia says yes. Give me a thumbs up on your screen. Give me a thumbs up if you can, so I can see who's saying yes. Everything's working out for you. Okay. Good. I got a clap over there, I think. Oh, and a thumbs up. All right, let's see. Question. What if we can't turn in any assignments before the due date, but we have them finished? So you can't turn them in because Haiku is down? Is that the question, Caden? Am I reading that right? Understanding that right? Yes, all right. So if you have the assignment finished and Haiku is down, especially if it's a time that I'm not on Haiku, so I don't see that it's down, just let me know. Just say, hey, Ms. Gilmore, Haiku is down right now. Now, probably, depending on the time, I'll say, give it about 30 minutes or so. If it's like a high traffic time, like lunchtime is usually pretty busy on Haiku. First thing in the morning is usually pretty busy. And then for some reason, right between 3 and 4 is very, very busy. So I'd probably say, depending on time, give it about 30 minutes to an hour. Hit refresh, see if it'll work. If it just will not work, still communicate that with me, and I'll say, then send me the email. Email me the document, and that'll be fine. Let's see. For the questions on the book on Haiku, it won't load the file, so do I just write them on paper and send you a picture? So Jasmine, it won't load the file. Will it not load it just on your device? Or it won't allow you to upload it to Haiku? Because if you're trying to use a phone, it's a lot harder to sometimes to open up like a Word document or really is all I use the Word documents on a phone, or sometimes like your software on your phone won't support those kind of documents and it'll be hard to open. So if you want, I'm fine with not receiving the original document back. If you just want to type your answers on a notepad or on a text message and send that and submit that file to Haiku, that's completely fine with me. Honest to God, I don't care what format I get it in. I just need your answers. If you even take a snapshot of what you've completed, upload that file to Haiku and send it to me, okay? I'm not printing off anything and putting it in your folders like I usually do. That's just a waste. So I'm doing it all from the computer. That way works for me too. Let's see, on both devices, it won't load. Okay, with all the Y's. Thank you, Jasmine. So is everybody clear on that? How you should submit your stuffs? All right, let's hear some more questions. I need more questions. I need more questions. Let's see, who's on here? Colin, ask me a question. Here's a question I have. How many of you have listened to the audio recordings? Give me a thumbs up. Who's listened to the audio recordings? All right, it's a pretty good number. Do y'all find that is helpful or useful to you? Yeah, yes, yeah, thumbs up. Okay, cool. So we'll continue doing that as we read through. If you're wondering about what we're gonna do next and how we're gonna continue on throughout the semester. So some plans have been chopped for, the situation. So after we finish this week of plans, we finish up with Tao Te Ching. Remember, this is world literature, right? So we got to hit the whole globe, or try to, different parts of it. After we finish Tao Te Ching, next week we'll go back to Midsummer Night's Dream. That will probably take us another week and a half to 2 weeks to get through. And then I'll give you a final test on it. The test will be multiple choice. It'll be on Haiku or quizzes. We haven't decided yet. And then after that, we will move into Dante's Inferno. So if you're interested in going ahead and getting a head start of an idea about what that's about, by all means do. It's called The Inferno by Dante Alighieri. It is also an epic poem from Italy, and it's about a man who takes a metaphorical journey through hell. And it's not actual hell, it's not real hell, it's not about like God and stuff like that, but it's about the metaphor of him going through the different levels of hell, and each level represents some wrong in his life or something that he feels like he needs to fix. So we look at the allegory of that story through his character. And then after that, we'll get into Night, which is the start of our Holocaust unit. That one will be not challenging, but we'll have to take out some things. Like I had some videos and stuff to show you. I'll see if I can find some way to link those to you on YouTube. So that way you're not missing out on that part of the learning about the Holocaust for this class. And then funny, so we got out on Friday and I sent off to print shop for our packet, for our next set of packets for the Holocaust unit, and then they announced we're out of school. So I have all your packets here, but what I'll do is just upload the original file on the Haiku as well. It'll be a document for you to be able to download and fill out as we go, because that whole packet has everything you need, all the chapters, questions, vocabulary, everything's laid out for you there already. The text is already available for free online. It's the one that we would have used in class, so that works out. And then for the project, I'll have to figure something out, because the project that we're supposed to do, we literally will not be able to do in this kind of setting. So we'll figure out something else. And it might be a thing where at the very end of the semester or quarter, fourth quarter, I don't even know what to call it anymore. But by the end, either whether it be right before May 15th or legitimately when we come back in that last like 3 weeks or a month, if we get to come back, we'll do some kind of presentation. We don't get to do that in person. It'll be using the Microsoft meetings, and you'll have your presentation on camera, ready to show all of us as we view you present your stuff from the comfort of your home. Okay, let's see, more questions. Can we ask questions through Remind at any time? Yes. I mean, don't ask me questions at like 11:45 at night because I'm probably asleep. But yes, absolutely. You can ask questions on Remind anytime, especially if it's school related. If you need help with anything, if y'all have questions about other classes and for some reason you can't get in touch with those teachers, reach out to me. I will try to get in touch with those teachers for you to let them know, hey, you know, students trying to message you or trying to reach you. If you have questions about lunch or about technology, any of those things, reach out to both me and Ms. Whitenhouse, or even Ms. Bayo if you're more comfortable talking to her about some things, and we'll try to navigate you the best way we can, okay? Let's see. Other questions? Anything else? Ms. Whitenhouse, is there anything that you can think of that we didn't talk about or that I didn't mention that needs to be shared? Anything you can think of?
Yeah, so sorry, I'm going out into the hallway in the pod. Hi. If I am trying to contact y'all through email or anything, it's really important that you're responding to me promptly. I'm contacting you for a reason, and I have to have that response. Everyone on here has been really good about that, but if you know anyone that hasn't been, maybe give them that little nudge. Hey, responder. I'm here for any questions, of course. You guys can message me on Remind also or email me. We'll get through this together. It's the biggest thing. It's a team effort.
Sure. Yay, thank you so much, Ms. Whitehouse. All right, let's see. I think before we go, let me see if I can share my screen with you really quickly. Screen, PowerSchool, share. All right, can you all see this? Can everybody see my screen? Yes, thumbs up, something. Okay, so this is a third period class. Third period and first period both match. So this is where you'll go if you haven't checked it out yet. Let's see if it'll work and not freeze up on me. But you'll click over here on the e-learning syllabus and schedule tab. It'll take you to your syllabus. And I got a couple messages yesterday, even though we started on Thursday, a couple messages yesterday of folks asking, how do you read this thing? That's a fair question. So the date assigned is simply that. So like, let's go to today, which is what, Tuesday already? The 24th. So this is the day that we assigned it. And then this right here is the assignment that you need to do. So we have it numbered. So when I copied and pasted my table from Microsoft Word and pasted it in here, it messed up my numbers. So obviously you don't have 1 and 1, it's 1 and 2. So first thing is Common Lit. Jump on there. You'll see your assignments that are dated for 3/24. You read those, answer your comprehension questions. When you get to the constructor response question, what do you need to use? Rates, yay. So we always use rates, okay? So use rates there. And then you see number 2 says haiku. So I've put in bold first where it is that you need to go. All right, here's the location where you'll find whatever it is you're doing. So the next one is haiku. So you come back to haiku. What do you need to do today? Click on the discussion tab. Follow the instructions. This will be due by 11:59 p.m. tonight. I can move that forward if we need to. If y'all need me to move it forward to, I'll even do it through Thursday. Okay, I'm fine with that. I know some folks have had a problem with internet stuffs, and that's fine. I completely understand. Excuse me. So I can move that, but you have to let me know what's going on. Otherwise, the due date is tonight at 11:59. So where is the discussion tab? So if you come up here to the top, oh man, I don't have a discussion tab. So let me just click around and see where it is. It's under activities, okay, because it's an activity that we're going to be doing. So click on activities, come down here to discussions, click on discussions, spinning wheel of death, and we'll just wait for that. To maybe open, there we go. All right, and then you'll see discussion board number 1. Discussion board number 1. So for third period, of all 20 of you, only 8 people have responded so far, okay? But you come here, you click on discussion board number 1. Click on discussion board number 1. Wait for it to open, all right? Now my side is gonna look a lot different from your side, of course, because my side shows all of your responses. But if yours is condensed or collapsed, just click on the more and it'll open up. So the instructions here, you'll respond to the topic prompt in 1 full paragraph. That means 5 to 7 sentences. So think like the length of rates, right? You'll then need to respond to 2 other classmates' posts. Your answer should be more than just I agree or I disagree. You need to explain your answer in a paragraph. That's it, okay? And then refer back to the story for your support. So all I'm asking is for you to make your first original post. So you hit new post over here, click on new post, answer the question, and type in your answer to the prompt or to the question. When you finish and you click submit, go and find who else has already responded and respond to 2 more people. That's it. I agree with this because, and make your answer a paragraph, or I disagree with this because, blah, 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 blah. If you notice, the text mentions this. That's why I think this way. Okay, so any of that works for me. So the prompt for number 1, life begins at school. School is a place that makes useful citizens out of boys and girls. Okay, what's your take on that prompt? How do you feel about that? Do you agree with that? Do you disagree with that? Tell me why, okay? Excuse me. All right, and so that's it for that. Let me close that off. Next thing, your assignments. So you come here, activities, click on the assignments tab. Click on the assignments tab, and then you'll see your reading questions here, okay? So all you do is click on whichever one. Your Ramayana questions will be posted soon. As soon as I finish up with my second period video, I'll post those, okay? And you'll see this pop up. Here's the blue link for your document. So you click that and it's gonna, I'll just go ahead and do it. You click on that and it's gonna open the document for you, or it'll probably download, especially if you're on a computer. It'll download it for you. Okay. Notice up, all right, who's drawn on the screen? So notice I put here, okay, really? Thank you. Notice I put here on the instructions, download the document, highlight your answers, submit document back here on Haiku. Like I've put the instructions everywhere you could maybe imagine, okay? So you open up the document. My computer is going crazy, saying there are too many things happening. But anywho, open up your document, put in your answers, and then of course you come back to Haiku. Mine says view work and view student files in my drive. Yours doesn't say that, of course. Yours will say like turn in here or turn in work or submit work. That's what you click. And then when you click on that, you'll just upload it like normal, okay? Assessments. We don't have an assessment on Haiku yet. And of course, I'll put on the syllabus, click on assessment tab. This is where I mean if I say that, okay? But for this Friday, your assessment, your first quiz is on quizzes, which again is more like a game, which I think y'all appreciate. Y'all like that. So a lot more just relaxed, okay? Let's see, back to pages. Maybe. Who's still with me? You still awake? You still there? I lost a few folks. That's all right. So back here on syllabus and schedule, again, if you come down and you see these red words, like the word here, that's hyperlinked, okay? Read and take notes on PowerPoint located here. So if I click on this, it's going to take me to the PowerPoint section to where, so I'm going to look for the PowerPoint that's called half a day, or look for the PowerPoint that's Ramayana, okay? Here for your reading, listen to the audio while you read. Click on that link and it will take you to the YouTube page where we have recorded the audio of the story for you, okay? That's pretty much it. Your read theory and your common lit, you know that you should be signing in using your school email, okay? Please make sure you stay up to speed on those. Don't let that be what keeps you back from completing stuff, all right? I'm going to stop sharing now. Stop share so I can see if anybody had questions. Yes, rates. Oops, I didn't use anything from the story to support my answer. That's all right. It's okay. But now we all know. It's fine. Okay. Does anybody else have any questions or anything before I say sayonara? Anybody have any other questions, concerns? If you do and you can't think of them right now, remember to send us, Ms. Whitehouse or myself, a message on Remind. If we message you directly, please respond, okay? It's very important that you do, especially if Ms. Whitehouse messages you. We're not going to just be like, hey, what do your socks look like today, right? It's literally like important, so make sure that you respond back, okay? We doing this next week too, right? Yes, sir, that is correct, Caden. We are gonna do this next week, but I'll send you another link, and we'll be using Microsoft Teams instead of Zoom. So that's something new I've not used yet. I don't know if y'all have, but we'll work through it together, okay? If there are no other questions, I'm going to say one more time, I miss you guys very much. I would so much rather have y'all here in the classroom. This online thing is such a trudge, but anyway, we'll work through it together. Take it easy. Thank you, you too. Y'all have a good afternoon. Get to work. Bye. Thanks for joining. See ya.